Recognize my life, ridicule my fight.
Shit I does it my way like Sinatra.
Thinking you're hot because your homie said it was a few times.
Going on, man? Kendrick Lamar, we out here cooking up some music.
Real rap. I knock crimes right off of your skull cap. You can't see me when I step into the booth. Your wish list, K-Dot, yeah, I'm the truth.
I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it.
1, 2, 3, Oh my God. Hot sauce, darling, not time rhyming your bitch.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Morale, you've been in your comfort zone for over 1,855 days.
Whoa, yeah. Everybody know I spit that other shit. Shit that make you duck for cover shit.
I'm Machiavelli's offspring, I'm the king of New York.
Putting these records out is a gift for me because I'm not only a voice for myself, but I'm a voice for people who can't express themselves like that. But I don't know if they'll quite understand how much, like, I have to be in the studio.
Yeah. Do you be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself?
I'm my worst critic. It's really about me challenging myself.
My release therapy is writing the music.
And have a composed mentality on how to approach music.
I can either pimp this situation or I can fall victim to it.
I wrote these raps in my mama's kitchen and I done went around the world and y'all singing these raps that I wrote in the kitchen.
That's crazy,
Blew my
man.
mind away.
And I see the people in the front row reciting these lyrics. Now I see that, you know, these words just not for, you know, me and my friends. You know, it's people that actually connect with them that I've never met.
Before Kendrick was winning all kinds of awards like, oh, I don't know, 13 Grammys, and Time magazine naming him one of the top 100 most influential people in the world, Kendrick been doing this thing called rapping for about 16 years now. The Compton-born rapper Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, whose father was actually a member of the Gangsta Disciples, and mom who named him after one of the singers in The Temptations, Eddie Kendricks, is considered today as being one of the greatest rappers of all time. But it didn't just happen overnight, that's for sure. In 2004, at the age of only 16, Kendrick released his first full-length project, which was a mixtape, and he called himself K-Dot.
Make sure you know what nickname you want for that tombstone. Play hard as a rock, bullets can break stones. Break bad boys down like Jitty did Sean Combs.
Yo, to be honest, I could never imagine Kendrick on a beat like that nowadays. That mixtape actually led to him securing a record deal with Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, a newly found indie record label based in Carson, California, who has gone on to sign notable artists such as Schoolboy Q, SZA, J-Rock, Ab-Soul, Isaiah Rashad, and more. Throughout 2006 and 2007, he would actually be an opening act to The Game, a West Coast legend, in my opinion at least.
Break through something that's paper thin. We break wind on the G4, first class, looking down, waving at dolphins.
In 2008, Kendrick was prominently featured throughout the music video for J-Rock's commercial debut single, All My Life, in the Ghetto. Damn boy, that's vintage. After receiving a co-sign from Lil Wayne, Kendrick released his third mixtape in 2009 titled C4, which was heavily themed around Wayne's Carter 3.
Let a rapper tell me I ain't better than who's ever out. I'ma knock him out as first ones once I air him out.
Wackest song. My wackest song. Y'all probably can look it up on YouTube too.
Oh, really? Oh!
Oh my God.
It's called Bitch, I'm in the Club.
You at? Bitch, I'm in the club with the homies. Tell me what's good. I'm trying to get these hoes single. And this is my singer.
Soon after, Kendrick decided to drop the K-Dot name and go by his birth name, Kendrick Lamar.
Could you address the name change? What was your mind state when the change came about from K-Dot to Kendrick Lamar?
K-Dot, I first started rhyming when I was 13. And when I said I want to sit down and I want to perfect my craft, I really went after studying all the greats. Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas. You know what I mean? Just to better my lyrical skills because I felt they was the best, you know what I mean, in my time period. All over the world, I'm sure everybody else felt like it. So it was just me basically developing myself. I mean, when people heard K-Dot, they was like, yo, the kid is dope. He can rap, but who is he? You know what I mean? That went on for years. you're just another cat in the streets that can rap good, right? So I was like, you know what? I want people to know who I am as a person and what I represent. So I woke up one morning, I said, the best way to start it off is giving me my name change, my real name. Something my mother been calling me for years, and this is who I am, and I'm gonna start putting that on records, you know what I mean?
Well, basically, the album is self-titled Kendrick Lamar. You know, I had went from the names change to title myself Kendrick Lamar, which is my government name. I basically want to give people my story, you know what I mean? And it actually starts right here. To know the ground root of everything, just to know who I am as a person. Why not start with the name changing and whatnot. So just want to basically give y'all me for the first tape we put out.
In the end of 2009, he would go on to drop his Kendrick Lamar EP on Dat Piff, his first project under that name.
A nigga so goddamn stressed out, I feel like fuck everything right now. I used to wanna be like Michael Jordan. Figure that I hit the NBA and make a fortune. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
Throughout 2010, Kendrick toured with Tech 9 and J-Rock on the Independent Grind Tour.
You know they copy ghetto shit, and every section they did it is familiar with. Oh,
Everybody know I spit that other shit that make you duck for cover shit.
On September 14, 2010, Kendrick released a mixtape Overly Dedicated, which actually did so well that it peaked at number 72 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Where are we going?
Neighbors can hear a weep. Meanwhile, I'm in these streets with everybody. Kill him, wait, stand over him, shake his hand, then jump back in that minivan.
The song Ignorance is Bliss was that specific song that made Dr. Dre want to work with Kendrick after seeing the music video on YouTube. This led to Kendrick working with Dre and Snoop Dogg on Dre's often delayed album, Detox, which never came out under that name. And people at the time were speculating that he signed to Aftermath Entertainment, but nah, that didn't happen. In early 2011, Kendrick was on the cover of XXL's freshman list. He was alongside one of the greatest rappers of all time, bruh.
I'm too nice. I'm the wrong rapper. I'm done.
King of all kings. Jokers and New Jacks can get dealt with. Royal flush when I drop shit and say these things.
He then went on to announce the title of his next full-length project and debut album, Section 80.
Fuck that. 8 doobies to the face. Fuck that. 12 bottles in the case, nigga. Fuck that.
Section 80 was released on July 2nd, 2011 and was met with nothing but high praise.
This the music that saved my life. Y'all be calling it hip hop. I be calling it hypnotized. Can't say R.I.P. I lay ya. R.I.P. Yup. Visions of Martin Luther staring at me. Malcolm X put a hex on my future, someone catch me.
It went on to sell 5,300 digital copies in its first week, but without any television or radio coverage. Honestly, the album slaps if you haven't really heard it, with the Spiteful Chant being my favorite song.
Too many niggas, not enough hoes, and some of you niggas acting like hoes.
A month later of that year, a very iconic moment would happen, bruh. A concert was held in LA where The Game and Snoop Dogg would pass down the torch to a young legend.
Hey, yo. The illest nigga on the West right now is none other than this nigga right here. So look, it comes a time in a nigga career after what's gonna be 4 platinum albums Tuesday, where you gotta pass the motherfucking torch. And this nigga right here can flat out fucking rap. It ain't nobody in the city, including myself, that can fuck with Kendrick Lamar. So
I'm sitting up there with Dr. Dre, right? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna mean this. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga. You better run with it. You better run with it, nigga, because it's yours.
Shit make a nigga just wanna ride. Reminisce when I had the morning appetite.
Yo, the song Cartoon and Cereal is underrated as hell, bro. It was actually leaked back in February 15, 2012, where Kendrick later revealed that the track was actually supposed to be the lead single for Good Kid, M.a.a.d City. Now he had plans to shoot a music video for it. But despite that though, the song would later be ranked number 2 in Complex's Best 50 Songs of 2012. The next month, MTV announced that Kendrick has signed a deal with Interscope and Aftermath Entertainment, marking the end of his career as an independent artist. On July 31st, 2012, Swimming Pools was announced as the lead single for Kendrick's new album, which is a fire track.
I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrived.
The song peaked at number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 in its 13th week of gradually climbing up the charts, bruh. And then finally, on October 22nd of that year, Kendrick released what I think is still his best album to date, Good Kid, M.a.a.d City. It was met with crazy high praise, debuted at number 2 in the US, and sold 242,000 copies first week.
I'm pretty much feeling a light to decent 9 on this album.
With Fuse TV naming Backstreet Freestyle as one of the best songs of that year.
Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9 and this 9 is never on vacation.
Start out that Maserati and man, you already know the words, bro. Come on, son. That boy Kendrick is no stranger to the BET ciphers either, bodying both his verses in 2012 and 2013.
Pushing the hoopy, bumping the Fugees. My life is a scary movie. Your life is a male groupie. Kendrick Lamar broke the handle with 22. Stuffed it in my mouth and killed the rappers that knew me. Compton most wanted. I lived my life in a dungeon. Came out a dragon. I probably can touch the sun with my bare hands. What are your plans? To win the Grammy? Sweet taste of victory like Oprah's. Don't judge me, that's just some irony, trust me. I like to laugh and you're lucky, my sense of humor is rumored to be a Gemini's company. Come with me to the planet rock, and I plan to rock at a plantation chasing many legends that made it, face it. You'll never be packed 10 even when the planet stopped. I'm 2012 on a 12-inch, aiming straight for your pelvis. Elvis will come back as a black if you was hot. You're just a mascot on the Kim Kardashian ass shot. I'm the master that masturbated on your favorite MC into the industry had wanted me assassinated. Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped control and tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, joke's on you, high five. I'm bulletproof.
Now if you don't mind, let me skip to about a year later where Kendrick had the whole rap game shook.
T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas.
He didn't go personal. He attacked his friends and told them this is friendly competition. And he named them.
Kendrick sent me his verse back, and I'm not a hoe ass nigga, you know, so I'm like, I wasn't gonna change my stuff or nothing. I didn't want to alter it. I knew how important it was, man, and I just wanted to give it out there and like orchestrate that and push the culture forward, man. I haven't seen a hip hop song stir up this much excitement in years, really.
You know, he said some things about being the new king of New York, being the king of both coasts. I really wanted to get your reaction to that.
Wow. My reaction is wow. Love hip hop right now.
Yeah, if you haven't heard the Control verse by now, I really want to know what kind of rock you're sleeping under, because when that song came out, bruh, that's all people were talking about, bro, for a hot minute, at least in New York. It really made rappers want to step up their game, and it was just dope for hip-hop, you know? For him to say that he's the king of New York, I was like, well, alright. Oh, okay, this guy has balls. But yeah, I really wish something like that would happen in today's rap game. In October of that year, Kendrick would accompany Kanye on his Yeezus tour. And in that same month, Kendrick won 5 awards at the BET Awards, including Album of the Year and Lyricist of the Year. The next month, he would actually be named GQ's Rapper of the Year, as well as being on the cover of the magazine's Man of the Year issue. Damn, boy, he doing big things, huh? On September 23rd, 2014, Kendrick released I as the first single from his third album, which admittingly, I wasn't really a fan of at first, I'm not gonna lie, but hearing it now, I'm kinda mad at myself for sleeping on it, bro.
The sky can fall down, the wind can cry now, the strong in me, I still smile. I love myself.
A few months later, Kendrick would release the single The Blacker the Berry, which is another powerful track.
I'm African American, I'm black as the moon, heritage of a small village, part of my residence.
And then on March 23rd, 2015, an album that a lot of hip-hop fans consider to be the greatest rap album of all time, To Pimp a Butterfly, was released to a massive rave of positive reviews, selling 324,000 copies first week.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. This dick ain't free. Bitch, where you and I was walking. Now I run a game, got the whole world talking King Kunta.
Pitchfork naming Kendrick the greatest rapper of his generation, and he broke Spotify's record at the time for the most streams in a day with 9.6 million. God damn, Kendrick, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. On March 4th, 2016, Kendrick released a compilation album called Untitled Unmastered, which Kendrick stated that the tracks were all unfinished demos from the time he was recording To Pimp a Butterfly. My favorite track being Untitled 02.
Get God on the phone, said it won't be long. I see Jigga.
Damn, son.
On March 23rd, 2017, Kendrick released a promotional single, The Heart Part 4, which is one of my favorite Kendrick songs ever.
Don't tell a lie on me. I won't tell the truth about you.
Many media outlets perceive this song to be a diss track to rappers Drake and Big Sean, which they never responded to, by the way.
Y'all got till April the 7th to get your shit together. Let's get it.
On April 7th, was available for pre-order and officially released the next week to, again, a rave of positive reviews, selling 40 million copies. 603,000 copies, bro, first week. That's insane. I even got it on CD. That's how much I love the album.
Hit that shoulder lean. I know it coming over me.
Hold up.
Don't judge me. My mama caught me with a strap. Don't judge me. I don't do it for the gram, I do it for Compton. I'm willing to die for the shit, nigga.
Radar is buzzing. Yeah.
I got royalty inside my DNA.
By May of 2018, the album was certified 3 times platinum, with hit singles such as Loyalty, Love, and Humble, which by the way went 7 times platinum, being his highest charting song to date.
You ain't shit without a buddy on your belt.
Yo, random fact, but did you know Kendrick is cousins with Nick Young? Yeah, I know. On February 2018, Kendrick was featured on the soundtrack album for the Black Panther, with songs such as King's Dead, Big Shot, All the Stars, and Pray For Me, with Big Shot probably being my favorite of the bunch. So what has Kendrick been up to lately? Cooking, working, grinding.
I can't like the Crown, man. We want to know how much that thing is.
3.
3 what?
3 mil.
So Kendrick definitely took a while to drop anything, bruh. But in September of 2019, him and his friend since high school, Dave Free, would go on to be the founders of PG Lang. It stands for Program Language, which is basically a multimedia creative collective, and a record label, which would go on to sign Baby Keem and Tana Leone, and was officially launched in March of 2020. It was honestly really surprising to me how Kendrick didn't drop anything in 2020, especially during the pandemic and all the riots that were taking place, and there was fear amongst a ton of people in the world and political agendas all over. A lot of people were looking to Kendrick to be that guy to give us that project or just a song at least to heal us from it all, or we at least wanted to hear his thoughts on everything that was going on, but we didn't get anything. And I'll get into that topic in a few in terms of us looking up to K-Dot for that. A lot of people, including me, would have thought Kendrick was just chilling, hibernating all the years he was quiet, but it turns out he not only was molding Baby Keem into a superstar, with a lot of reference tracks leaking, and come to find out, Kendrick was ghostwriting for multiple artists. As you can see here, there's multiple artists and songs that Kendrick was just handing out hits to people. So maybe he wasn't just chilling, relaxing the whole time. And in 2021, he goes on to post this on his OK Llama website, which is a very strange looking site, but when you click one of the files, it says, "I spend most of my days with fleeting thoughts, writing, listening, and collecting old beach cruisers. The morning rides keep me on a hill of silence. I go months without a phone. Love, loss, and grief have disturbed my comfort zone, but the glimmers of God speak through my music and family. While the world around me evolves, I reflect on what matters the most, the life in which my words will land next. As I produce my final TDE album, I feel joy to have been a part of such a cultural imprint after 17 years. The struggles, the success, and most importantly, the brotherhood. May the Most High continue to use Top Dog as a vessel for candid creators, as I continue to pursue my life's calling. There's beauty in completion, and always faith in the unknown. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. I've prayed for you all. See you soon. OK Llama." And after this, the smash hit and arguably the best song of 2021, Family Ties, drops, bruh, with him and Baby Keem.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight. I am the Omega.
PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE, don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters.
When this dropped, I was like, oh yeah, bruh.
Oh yeah!
I knew it was time for Kendrick to drop, bro. You just felt it. There's no way he's gonna come out with such a hard-ass verse like this. I was like, nah, Kendrick is definitely gearing up to drop. But before we got that album, here comes the Super Bowl halftime. Man, did Kendrick body that shit.
Man down, where you from?
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay stub. 35 summers in the making, stop faking, you forget about Dre. 35 summers in the making, I'm talking in WAR.
Honestly, Kendrick alone could have did an entire Super Bowl halftime, if we being real. But yeah, that shit was fire. And towards the end of this year, he would headline Day in Vegas, where he would put on one of the best, if not the best performance I've ever seen, bruh, from a rapper. I'm not even lying to you.
365 days times 2 since I see. ADHD. Visions of Martin Luther staring at me. Malcolm X put a hex on my future, someone catch me. This is a no better, don't have to go better with ignorance, but the belligerent kids that we living with, some of them masculine, some of them dreams and living life like rappers do. Want that movie 40 acts of stories. Pull up, drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink.
And I've been to a bunch of shows, let alone seen them on YouTube. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you know I go to a lot of shows. Also, if you ain't subscribed, what are we doing? Don't be fake, bruh. Hold it down. But yeah, Kendrick performed for an hour and a half from Section 80 to Damn. It was beautiful. Right before we got the album though, he would put out this letter to the fans talking about when the album was dropping. And we also got this photo where it seemed to be a double disc album. But before the album dropped, he put out another powerful track in The Heart Part 5, where the visual is super minimal, but the wordplay, storytelling, bruh, it's just top-notch lyricism, man.
As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective.
I come from a generation of pain where murder is minor. Nah, in a land where hurt people hurt more people. Fuck calling it culture. Euphoria is glorified and made his. Reflecting on my life and what I done. Hard to give you as I bleed through the speakers, feel my presence.
And the transitions to Will Smith, Nipsey, Kobe, like bro, I felt every single one. So finally, the day truly came. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. After 1,855 days since Damn dropped, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers finally released, selling 295,000 first week, which in today's climate, yeah, that's saying a lot. Man, this album is one of his most personal albums in my opinion, and I think it was well worth the wait. Every song puts you in a different journey and down a different path of Kendrick's life and mindset. You can have an up-tempo banger like N95.
Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo.
Then the following track, go into a more deep and serious song like Worldwide Steppers.
Germophobic hetero. I am not for the faint of heart. My genetic build can build multi-universes.
Where he lets a lot off his chest. Even mentioning on the song about how he didn't drop anything, saying, writer's block for 2 years, nothing moved me. Ask God to speak through me. That's what you hear now, the voice of yours truly. Just fire, bro. That whole song, bruh. That second verse especially, crazy. And remember how I was talking about how a lot of people were looking up to Kendrick to provide us with the music to heal us or use his platform to spread awareness or whatever, right? Something. Well, he talks about how he is not your savior in the song Savior.
Kendrick made you think about it, but he is not your savior.
Rich Spirit is such a vibe.
AP, Michael Freed made my friends cooler. Primary, so the resale very stupid.
To a song like We Cry Together, where it reminds me a lot like Eminem's Kim. Real life situations turned into a song.
Don't make me wake this baby. She don't need to see what I'm about to do. Quit crying, bitch. Fuck your feelings.
You want some whole shit. See, I don't know why you like playing mind games with me.
It's like a breath of fresh air to get songs like this in the mainstream. You don't see it often, or at all rather. To a song like Count Me Out, which slaps so hard.
If I didn't learn to love myself, forgive myself 100 times, dog.
Die Hard was like my summer jam. Played that a lot too. This album is definitely album of the year for me. It ain't better than Yeet though.
time to my money, bitch, all I got.
Nah, let me stop. In all seriousness, this album is phenomenal and it was very highly praised by critics. It even won Album of the Year at the BET Awards. And he would follow this album up with a Big Steppers tour, which I got to witness firsthand at Rolling Loud Miami. Yeah, Kendrick is just different, bruh. And then he gave us an interview after his set, which is actually one of the most inspirational interviews I've seen all year, bruh. And the interview is not even that long.
So I've seen so many people become very emotional after hearing your music and seeing your performances.
Yeah, it's really just about the feeling of it. You know, at the end of the day, past all the politics, past all the numbers, it's what music make you feel, you know, how it make you feel. So to see that, and shout out to him, by the way, because I see him, bro, and I was like, man, I wonder what he going through, you know, but at the end of the day, that's how you want everybody to perceive your music and, you know, make them feel good, make them feel like a moment they're attached to, they can live forever.
What is the most important part of your legacy that you want to be remembered?
It's really just the impact to inspire people, you know, and always showing them that the duality of life is not such a bad thing. You know, we go through so many volatile situations where we don't really know how to connect or, you know, communicate how we feel. So through my music, I want to make sure that's the legacy, showing people how to communicate, and it's okay, you know, if you're not perfect. You know, it's about accepting the beauty of imperfection. Do you be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself. And it's going to be roadblocks, it's going to be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well, you know, and find your journey, respect your journey, and love it.
So yeah, man, Kendrick Lamar. It's crazy to me how my whole life I was always Nas this, Nas that, as like the God MC. And he still is to me, don't get me wrong. Like King's Disease, Magic, all these projects really brought him back. And I used to always think that no one could be better than him. Like he's the best rapper of all time. And you know what? I don't know, man. I might have to go on record and say that I think Kendrick is truly the greatest rapper of all time. No one truly captivates me with their storytelling, wordplay, flows, vocal performance on a track, the passion, like how Kendrick does. Not only is he a phenomenal performer and gives you his all, but when he talks, you listen. I have the utmost respect for K-Dot and what he's brought to the game and how much he's inspired people. But what's your favorite Kendrick song, by the way? Let me know in the comments as to why that is. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank God for the album I idolize. It's dark and plus hell is hot. That's the start of this crazy ride. Two young niggas, me and Davis out the garage. I thought we was Jay and Dame. That's the lane that we tried to drive.